trophied up. Yeah. Hey, do yo, trophied up. Do your dance when the G's up. Spaced out, got me geeked up. 10 toes on the west, can I beat us? You cannot. Shining every time they meet us. Rack 'em up, since 96. Been number one in LA, something slight, that's the gist.
What's up? What's up? Today we got a little watch along for probably another loss, but who knows? We could come away with a dub. I've seen over on X that Philadelphia fans think this is a trap game. I don't think it will be, but we'll see what happens.
What is good, everybody? Yes, like Galaxy Runs LA said, we are back again for another live watch along. This time it's against the Philadelphia Union in what is an earlier start time than when we're used to. But yes, this game is on the East Coast. The Galaxy again take on Philadelphia Union on the road. And I think we should jump straight into the 11 for the Galaxy. A bit controversial. And by a bit, I mean really controversial. So in net, we start with John McCarthy, who held 7 last game. I thought for sure we'd be seeing Novak Minkovic take his place, but I suppose Vanny still favors McCarthy over him. It looks like. Do you think we're playing a 5-back tonight?
I think it's a 4-3-3 from
A
what I'm
4-3-3.
seeing. Yeah, because if we were to play a five back, that means last time our three center backs were Yoshida, Garces, and Nelson, and we don't have another left like fullback kind of position. So I'm thinking it's going to be a 4-3-3.
Well, yes, that is what Thought Mob is showing too. No, not they're not accurate whatsoever. They're guessing pretty much just like us. But the back line, they have it as Nelson and Yamane as our fullbacks. Then the center back partnership of Garces and Yoshida. In the midfield, what I am really excited about, we are seeing Isaiah Parente, Lucas Sanabria, and Elijah Winder, which is a bit surprising to see him here. You know, he's not had the best of times with the Galaxy so far, but he does make his way into the starting 11 due to rotation. And then our front three is Fagundes, Marco Reus, and Cuevas, which something to note here, if you guys were paying attention, is that there's no striker starting for this. What do you make of that, Galaxy Ronzale?
I mean, there's no way that Nascimento doesn't get into the team when there's literally no none. Vanny's got to have some kind of grudge against him, or someone's blackmailing Vanny for Nascimento because there's no way we're not giving that guy minutes. This game is if we concede early and games done in the first half, I want Nascimento to come in and play a ton of minutes. He deserves it. I think if he's a U22, we should be giving him minutes. We can't just be letting him run on the bench every single game. So I think we need to see more of Nascimento today. I think we see a little bit of rest for our starters. Maybe Royce is coming off like 65, 75 minutes on Sunday or a Saturday. So maybe he gets a little bit of rest and we bring in Nascimento in the second half. But I think this is a game where we just test some things out. I don't think we need to play our starters. We got LAFC on the weekend, so we need our starters fresh for that because that's always going to be rough. And coming after LAFC, we got 2 other California rival games, so it's going to be tough.
Yes, as gets mentioned, it's a very packed season for the Galaxy the next few weeks. Games are coming every few days. You do need rotation and rest. Let's look at the bench a little bit. We see JT and Mikovic again. No Zonka, which he's not injured. At least MLS on their match day availability have not said he's injured. So it might be it might also just be Vanny is no longer favorite with Zonka and would just prefer to have the 2 keepers, but you never know really. Then we have Zavaleta, Aude, Christian Ramirez, Tucker Lepley, Nascimento, and Berry on our bench.
Yeah, there's some room for formation switches if we need. If he wants to switch anything up tactically, or if we just want to freshen up some legs, we have the players to do it. So I think that obviously we're playing against Philadelphia, who's third in the Eastern Conference. They're pretty dangerous. They got Ty Breba up top with 8 goals, I believe. They got Quinn Sullivan. Let's run through their lineup real quick. Let me pull it up because they have a good team. So let's see. All right, so for them, in goal, they got Rick. DeAndre Blake's out. He was questionable on the injury list, so he's not playing. So they got their second choice keeper in. They got a defense of Westfield, Harriel, Glesnes, and Kai Wagner. That's their starting defense, I'm pretty sure. They got Quinn Sullivan, one to keep an eye out for. They got Jaquez, he's also one to keep an eye out for. He's really good. And Jokic and Vasilev. Obviously that's their starting midfield, I'm pretty sure. So that's gonna be tough. And Ty Brevo's up top. He, if you were to bet any money on this game, you'd bet a Ty Brevo goal. So definitely keep an eye out for him. And then Damiani, who I have no clue about. So that's not their full strength squad, but still pretty good. And we need to be careful.
So yes, Philadelphia are indeed a top side. For the Galaxy, unavailable players, we know the Triple Ps all are injured. I'm not sure when exactly Peck and Paintsville coming back. They weren't even questionable on the availability report. They're just out. So hopefully they're back before El Tráfico. But Edwin Cerrillo is suspended as well this game due to a yellow card accumulation and picking up a yellow card in the previous game against the Red Bulls. So now, what is your score prediction for this game? Coming off of that 7-0 thrashing we had.
Say anything less than a 3-0 loss is a successful game. We were talking in the live stream yesterday. I was thinking it's going to be 2-0, but Peyton guessed that as he joins in now. Welcome. And
Yo, what's up, guys?
Eli guessed 3-0 loss for us, so I went 4-0 because I didn't want to pick the same scores. So I don't think we score a goal. I think we concede at least 2, sadly.
Sean?
I'm going for a 2-0 loss. I think Philadelphia would just be happy just to take the 3 points. No need to rush it. No need to thrash us in any way. They have a much tougher opponent in Atlanta United on the road on this upcoming weekend. So keep your starters for that game is probably what they're going to be looking for.
You're a little nabber. That's exactly what I was going to pick. In that case, I'm going to go 5-0 Philadelphia. I think it's going to be an absolute beatdown. 2 games in a row. I don't have much faith that the Galaxy are going to do much. I'd see a lot of people saying maybe Kevin Sullivan's going to get his first MLS goal. I could definitely see that and him take all the headlines. Don't have much faith in this Galaxy squad. I think we're going to focus on El Tráfico and probably rotate a lot of people in. I know my prediction on the podcast yesterday was 2-0. Seeing this lineup and seeing 0 strikers doesn't give me much faith that the Galaxy are here to certainly score goals. Doesn't seem like it's going to be in the cards for tonight. So I think 5-0. If the Galaxy do score, who do you have getting on the score sheet considering we don't have a striker here?
I think if we get a goal, it's going to be late on, and I think that's when Nascimento is going to be on. I think he gets his first goal if we do get a goal. And just I have to head out. I wish everyone well. I hope we come out with a dub, and hopefully the next time I see you guys, we have 6 points instead of 3.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for tuning in. I mean, 6 points, definitely possible when we play LAFC next. But, well, not to say that we're going to beat them, but I don't think we're winning this one. But yeah, as Sean went through the lineup there, obviously the thing is that they don't have a striker. Philadelphia have been one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. And what's the lineup? Yeah, I think, Sean, you went over it, right? McCarthy in net, Nelson left back, Garces and Yoshida center back, Yamane right back, Parente, Sanabria, Winder in the midfield, Fagundes, Cuevas on the wings, and Royce up top. So Nascimento not starting, it's really worrying, honestly. The fact that, I mean, he's not even the 3rd striker at this point on the depth chart. He's not a striker on the depth chart. I think they have Marco Royce over him now. So, and in my opinion, it's like, look, I'm not seeing the Galaxy score in this game. The Galaxy haven't been good at scoring. So why are we not mixing it up with Nascimento and seeing what he has? And if not, just cut the loan, man. Cut the loan short in the summer and reset with a new U22 player. But players walking out now. 5-0 Philadelphia was my prediction. Sean, I know you had a video earlier. You had a video earlier today with the Philadelphia guy.
Scoop of the dupe.
Yeah, scooping the dupe. So I don't know if you guys have watched that video. What was up with that one joke on the name of the stadium? I think he said
Check Engine Stadium. Yeah, just because, it's the Subaru. Always got to check the engine there with them.
Oh, brother. Okay. All right.
I had a lot of fun with that. Make sure to go check it out. Again, shameless plug here at Galaxy News 101 on Instagram.
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised Novak Mitrovic doesn't get to start in this game, if I'm being completely honest. I
For
don't see
sure.
why not. Novak Mitrovic, I know, has lost favor with a lot of fans and clearly the coaching staff, but in my opinion, there's no risk to doing it. Protect John McCarthy because I don't think he's going to be a game changer in this one. Philadelphia, very good at scoring. New head coach, Bradley Carnell, I'm pretty sure, the old St. Louis City SC head coach. We've had struggles against St. Louis in our time, so Greg Vanney doesn't set up too well against Bradley Carnell. Let's see, if it's a bad first half, do you think Novak Mitrovic starts the second half?
No, I don't think we'll be seeing any goalkeeper rotation here unless there's an injury.
Yeah, no,
Something to mention as well. Sorry for cutting you off there, Peyton.
I hear you.
Is something to mention is that if you start Mikovic and somehow you gotta win, you now have to start him against LAFC, and I don't think Vanny would want to do that for any reason. I think he wants to stick with his guy in John McCarthy.
What's up, Noah? No, yeah, I don't think Novak starts the second half. I think you're just going to see John McCarthy in this one. I think it's odd we carried 3 goalkeepers on the bench. I know ideally you want to prevent another Mike McGee situation, but it's just the probability that happens versus carrying another outfielder player who could maybe make an impact for the club. It's interesting Zonka's not even on the bench for these games. He's not on the injury report. And by the way, if it was something personal, it should say that on the injury report. It would say Zonka out and then in parentheses personal, and it hasn't said that whatsoever. So I don't know. I've heard rumors of it being a personal issue, but I think it's a squad selection issue with Greg Vanney. Zonka has not lived up to par. Been somehow worse than Cáceres last year, and Cáceres didn't play really much last year. So drop score predictions in the chat. The LA Galaxy are they're in Subaru Park right now, or Check Engine Stadium if you're Sean. So it should be a good one. What are you expecting from this match?
Well, I'm expecting the Galaxy to actually have a fire lit under them. I highly doubt they want to go the same route they did last time and be absolutely embarrassed on the road. So I think they will have fight to them. Will it be enough? Probably not. But I think the midfield is really going to be the key to success or any sort of success today. I feel that Winder and Parente really have to work together here, dropping forward and back, trying to create and defend at the same time. It's just a matter of can they do that?
Yeah. According to Prod in the chat, Greg Vanney said in the post-match interviews that it is a personal issue for Zonka. So if that's true, I haven't watched the post-match press conferences. I don't know. When the Galaxy are bad, I just don't like watching any media on the Galaxy. Like when we're good, it's like fun, but like when we're bad, like I'm not trying to hear about how bad we are. And there's certainly some things you could take away from it, like Zonka being out, the personal issue. Whatever that may be, it's not like he would make much of an impact anyway. So Zonka not in this match, but thank you, Ant, for the information. This match is getting ready to go underway here. A lot of MLS games on the table. If you're looking for Philadelphia's lineup, they got Rick in goal, Wagner left back, Galesnis and Harriel center backs, Westfield right back, Vasilev, Lukic, Jean Jacques, Quinn Sullivan, and up top they have Damiani, Baribo. Baribo is the one to watch out for, and the other player for Philadelphia who could probably cause some problems against the Galaxy is Vasilev. So keep an eye on those. Lethal attack for the Union. Baribo's in the Golden Boot race and win probability percentage. Galaxy are plus 350. Philadelphia minus 135. 56.4% chance Philadelphia wins. About 20% for the Galaxy and 23.8% chance of a draw. So as it should, not favoring the Galaxy to win this match.
The odds are a lot higher than I thought they would be for us, that's for sure.
Yeah. The referee here is Fontis Bazakos. I've never heard of him before, if I'm being honest. So At least it's not John Freeman. So let's see. Yeah, no, I understand. I can't stand watching, like, I don't even like listening to Galaxy like media content, like when the team's bad, because it's difficult to hear about how bad the team is. That's why sometimes we try to carry a more light perspective on the team, because there'll be people in the chat being like, hey, like, you guys got to be, like, this team's terrible. You guys got to be more critical on it. But I mean, we just, we see the reality of things, and it's not great, but we are underway here from Philadelphia. Sean, what second are you at?
I'm at the 10th, 11th.
Okay, yeah,
Cool.
we're pretty much synced up already, which is nice. Winder's starting. I know you're happy about that.
Yes. Couldn't be any happier. Today's been a great day, honestly, just like all around, and then seeing Winder start is really the cherry on top for me.
Well, a great
Can
day's
we
about
get a
to
goal,
start.
Winder Hive?
Yeah, I mean, for Ventura County, I think he has a good shot for the next VCFC game, but
Unrelated, but every VCFC game I've been to in the past like year and a half, they've not won when I've been in attendance. So I think
not
it
a
might
single
be
one.
not a single one. I think it's just a sign for me to stop going to VCFC games.
That's interesting, because they're pretty good too.
Yes, they did lose last night.
That smoke's heavy, by the way. I don't know what's in the air right now in Philadelphia, but it looks like we're playing like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I like the idea that some of the youngsters are starting. This Cuevas almost gets played in behind. Good defending by the Union here. Do we know where Andre Blake is? I mean, I'm assuming he's injured, but
Oh yeah, I believe he is injured for this.
he, in his prime, he used to be one of the best goalkeepers I've ever watched in MLS. Oh shoot! I accidentally freaking I unsynced my stream up. That's so annoying. Hold on. You could keep going. What second are you?
Philadelphia, 141.
Yeah, I'm like 10 seconds behind now. Oh, this is a big.
Philadelphia, cross into the box, heavy first touch, played back in. Galaxy will clear it away. Good from the Galaxy there. Only goes so far. Philadelphia back on the right hand flank.
I'm at 159.
I'm at 202.
Damn. Okay.
Philadelphia playing back now.
Guess it's not the worst. Glessness. Can the Galaxy break here? No, they get swarmed immediately. Do you know if we led a match this year? We did. It was once, and it was for like 30 minutes, I believe.
It was against Orlando at home, and it was 62 minutes. And then we've only led the lead for just over an hour this year.
I'm going to completely reset my Apple TV. I'm trying to sync it up perfect. I don't know why it's taking me behind now.
Winder with the long ball, looking for Cuevas. Rolls past him, unfortunately. Going to be Rick's ball for the Union.
It's just not starting the stream for me anymore. I think this is a sign. Pretty sure this is a sign to just back off the LA Galaxy game right now. Let's see. Come on. Okay, I'm at 306.
That's why I'm at.
Okay, cool. There we go. Greg Vanny under a lot of pressure, obviously. I think, being winless in 13 games, at this point, we're just extending the streak of the worst start in MLS history, and I don't think this game's going to break it, but you never know.
If it does, what a way that would be for the Galaxy to clap back after all of the news coverage we received. Rightfully so, all the negative wordage after our game against the Red Bulls.
You got to
If the
compliment on your hats.
Oh,
People
thank
love
you.
your hats.
This is a question for you, Peyton, and for the chat as well, is if the Galaxy have another game like they did against the Red Bulls, even if it's like 4-0, 5-0, do you think Vanny loses his job after this game, or do you keep him until El Tráfico?
I don't think you can sack your head coach before an El Trafico. I and especially rivalry week, because not only are we playing El Trafico, we're playing San Diego, we're playing San Jose, and these are key games that you need something in place for. I don't think you sack Greg Vanny regardless. I said on the podcast yesterday, it wouldn't be in my best interest to sack Greg Vanny if I was in the Galaxy management right now, because I don't think that there's any better option. I know Robbie Keane's been a name that's been put around a lot, as Lucas Sanabria is in some serious pain here. I think Hariel is going to receive a yellow card for that, but Sanabria is excruciating pain. I don't think you sack Greg Vanny regardless, even if it's another like 7-0 type game, which might sound crazy, but it's just like the alternative is Robbie Keane, and I think that's who they would end up hiring as head coach, is Robbie Keane. I'm not too high on Robbie Keane. I'm not too keen on Keane, because I just don't rate him as a head coach yet. So in my opinion, if you don't have any experience coaching at a top level, now if you came here as an assistant coach, I wouldn't mind that. But him starting as the head coach, I would have a lot of questions. I know he's won the Israel League, and he's doing fine currently where he is now. But I until he gets a more proven job and has success there, I'm fine without him becoming the head coach. So it's more so of a lack of alternatives right now. But what do you think?
I'm Vanny out. I gotta be real. This is the worst. Oh, Galaxy here, gonna get a corner. The worst start in not only Galaxy history, but the worst start out of any team in MLS history. Oh, yes, he won us the cup last year, but how do you have the worst start in MLS history and not get the boot?
Yeah. I mean, I think Greg Vanny still is a coach that can lead us to contention. I definitely want to give him a long-term extension, but they need to hire Landon. I don't know. Landon didn't do that crazy in San Diego in the USL, in my opinion. Um, it's not like his team ended up winning the league or anything. He was kind of just an average USL coach. So once again, the problem I have with hiring legends as a head coach is the fact that you run the risk of spoiling some of their legend status. Like look at Greg Vanny. He wasn't a Galaxy legend by any means. He was certainly a really good player for the Galaxy in his time, from my understanding. That was before my time, but not like statue worthy. But even still, if you don't have success as a player coaching the LA Galaxy, um, you're gonna run the risk of damaging your reputation a bit. And I would hate to see a guy like Landon Donovan or Robbie Keane end up damaging their reputation with the club. So how's it looking so far? It's looked good from the Galaxy, which is kind of how the Red Bulls game started. So you know, I'm a bit weary of anything right now. Yoshida clears the ball out. This game can also be a good indicator of who starts El Trafico, because I don't think you're really starting anybody that's going to play in El
Oh,
Trafico's. Diego
Royce is through
Trevino
here.
plays Royce in behind, who has Cuevas. Is Royce going to play
Offsides.
Cuevas? He is offside. Good look, though, regardless.
Shout out Winder for the one who picked the ball up and laid it off there. Just
Yeah.
saying, he's in the starting 11 and we're getting a chance early on. Yes, Royce
I
wins
don't
it.
know if he's off. I mean, at least that angle they're showing right now is not the angle. I don't think. I mean, Royce kind of thought he was off anyway. He doesn't have thoughts on Vanny in a hangover sweatshirt. I haven't seen. Have you seen Vanny's fit yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I think I just saw him on the sideline. Um,
Philadelphia
that
now on the
looks
right hand
nice.
side.
I like white sweatshirts.
Galaxy clears it out.
Philly. For Philly, I mean, they're still settling into the game. I feel like they're going to have a lot of control of this match and create a lot of chances. It's more about capitalization for them. So we'll see. I think they're going to grow more active into this game, and the Galaxy need to maintain composure here. Good shape, though. Playing advantage, Philadelphia right through Cuevas, and then Isaiah Parente sends it right into a Philly player.
Philadelphia just trying to keep things a bit calm, not rushing anything, trying to let Galaxy be the ones to make the mistake first.
Good build up from Philly, trying to attack through the wings. Parente again draws the foul. Parente's been a star for the Galaxy in the matches he's played. I mean, we talked about it with Eli yesterday. There's not very many bright spots. I think Galaxy Runs LA was the one who pointed this out, but Isaiah Parente has been one of the few bright spots, and I've enjoyed watching him play. He does so much in the midfield, and honestly should probably be starting still. I never had an issue with him as a starter, but why did GRLA leave? Galaxy Runs LA leave? Oh, he was only gonna tap in for like 5 minutes anyway. He didn't plan to stay the whole time. I think he's busy. Usually he ends up watching the game, but I just saw Tucker Praise can exist without bringing down Elijah. I mean, I agree. I don't think Elijah's had a great start for his Galaxy time anyway, though. Royce. Marco Royce to Mauricio Cuevas. Royce tries to dummy the ball straight into the Philadelphia defender. Mauricio Cuevas plays
Giveaway.
Philly on the counterattack, sends a long ball. John McCarthy will come out and collect.
Do you think there's a possibility with Nascimento that the Galaxy will automatically trigger a buy option if he plays a certain amount of minutes, and so that's why they're not giving him the minutes that he probably should be getting?
I think I proposed this theory a couple episodes ago, and I don't know really where it came from, but I know the deal with Nascimento did have, an option to buy, and it was supposed to be very achievable. So I think you're right. I think Nascimento is not starting these matches because if he starts a certain amount of minutes, if he gets more than 5 minutes in a match, then he's going to end up, triggering that buy option. And I think the Galaxy aren't confident enough in what Nascimento is doing to trigger that buy option. So I think they're going to just stick it out with him on the bench for the rest of the year, which is like, if you're Nascimento, that's paid vacation, right? So I don't think he's going to be complaining too much. But it's also disappointing because you haven't really gotten to see him in chunks of minutes. I mean, the only reason why we have to trust Nascimento not starting is Garces commits a foul right on the edge of the penalty area. The only reason why we have to trust Nascimento not starting is based on training, because we don't see Nascimento in training. If he's not performing in training and the Galaxy are like, this is not a guy we want to keep past this year, then yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. But in actual game time, we haven't seen much of Nascimento, and I'd like to see more of him. The fact Miguel Berry gets minutes over him is a bit disappointing. But Philadelphia with a free kick in a very dangerous spot. This is a John McCarthy reunion. He spent some time here. They take the free kick. John McCarthy parries it out straight back into Philadelphia, working on Cuevas. Cuevas dropping back into a right back roll. Shot fired wide by, I believe that's Jacob Galesnes. Good look, and John McCarthy's digging the Cuevas here. It all starts with that long ball. It wasn't really endangering. I'm not sure why Garces commits that foul. In all honesty, he had Maya Yoshida right next to him. I'm not sure why Garces commits that foul. It gives him the ball in a very dangerous spot. And the center back, Galesnes, who has a goal-scoring pedigree, at least for a center back, just boots it wide. But, Galesnes is massive. I think he's like 6'5", 6'6". So, yeah. Royce gets the header, and the referee's going to whistle the other way. Philadelphia are one of the surprises, honestly, in MLS. This is Diego Fagundes' 300th career MLS start. What a career he's put together in terms of longevity, and he's not even, I believe, 30 years old yet. So, man's been around for a long time. Philadelphia are going to save the goal kick for a deep throw in here. See if Galaxy can break out of their own territory. Miki Amane to take. Imane looks like he's going to line up a long throw in. Let's try to get it as far up as possible. Philadelphia have bodies behind. Baribo chasing down Garces. Garces wins it. Can Garces clear it? He's fouled from behind, and the referee is going to give it.
Just realized I was muted on this, so that's pretty nice.
If you had to oh shoot, Mr. Sean here. Okay. How much of this start of the year do you blame on Will Kuntz?
It's tough to blame it all on him, but there is room to blame. Like the fact that he didn't go out and try to find a player who's similar to Ricky. Oh, Philadelphia, pick it up here. Dangerous position. Goes wide. In the end of November last year, they knew that Ricky Puig wouldn't be back for potentially the entirety of this season. They didn't know exactly the time frame. And so you had that entire time to go look for an attacking midfielder that wasn't over the age of 30, and they didn't do that. I feel like he messed up there, messed up with letting Delgado go, and messed up with Nascimento.
Yeah, I mean, even the signing of Lucas Sanabria, I think you can point a lot of criticism towards them. Apparently, we're interested in now LAFC player Igor Jesus, his Galaxy. Good look there from Lucas Sanabria, just heads it into Philadelphia Union goalkeeper. But Lucas Sanabria hasn't come around, and they spent a lot of money on Lucas Sanabria, and he hasn't really performed up to expectations for the LA Galaxy. So you could certainly blame some of the start on him. Will Kuntz for signing two real bust U22 DPs so far, non-factor players. But I think Lucas Sanabria will come around. I think it's a matter of time. But doesn't inspire a lot of confidence when you see the fact that he's not an out-and-out starter yet. And I don't think Greg Vanney or the coaching staff can look at that and say he's been anywhat efficient for the club yet. But I'm still high on what he can do if he ends up being a complete bust. I don't think that's a lack of scouting, though, because Lucas Sanabria had pedigree before coming to the Galaxy, right? Nascimento didn't. And I understand he's a U22 striker, but still, I'll always use this comparison. Dejan Jovalic had a 17-goal season before coming over to the LA Galaxy. So he had that pedigree. He's been there. He's done that. It just needed to take a step up to the MLS level, and it took some time, but he got there. But Nascimento never had that. So the cross whipped in. It will go out for an LA Galaxy throw-in. If John Nelson does not save it, he doesn't. I don't know. My only thing is everyone blaming Greg Vanney, I think, also needs to realize that Will Kuntz is also somewhat at fault here. We love Will Kuntz. He rebuilt the club last year. You have to give him flowers for that. You have to give Greg Vanney flowers for winning MLS Cup and coaching the team to MLS Cup. It's not an easy thing. Philadelphia draws the free kick here. It's a second free kick and a dangerous crossing position here. But I just feel like if we're being fair, Will Kuntz oversaw the worst transfer window in LA Galaxy history. So, yeah, I don't know. And then keeping Fagundes over Delgado is an
Criminal.
incredibly bad decision, even without hindsight. Referee.
Yeah, if you saw that interview reading the chat right now, he did admit fault to that pretty much.
Yeah.
Philadelphia
Union
with
free
this.
kick. Union have a shot. Blocked out by the Galaxy. They're just going to reset it all the way to their goalkeeper. Yeah, I mean, I need to watch that full interview still. That is something I find interesting is a Will Kuntz interview because, interviewing the general manager gives you a lot more insight than I feel like a coach because a coach can tell you tactically what's going wrong. But a general manager is the one who builds the team, the roster, which I'm a bit more concerned about. So you're way ahead of us. Oh, don't spoil then. We're only as head as Apple TV. I'm at 20. I was at 2030 at the same time. Okay. Well, no spoilers then.
Wow, yeah, he's always ahead, Will.
I don't know if he's living in the future or if he's at Subaru Park, but Philadelphia in. Good block out by the Galaxy. Clearing out wide.
By the way, Philadelphia do have a beautiful stadium. One of the few that I'm actually jealous of in MLS.
I don't think I've seen. Oh, I think it's the skyline that I noticed was nice. Well, not the skyline. I think it's a bridge or something in the background.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice. Parente sends it through. Diego Fagundes. I feel like the longer this goes on, I feel 0-0 draw vibes out of this game.
You know what? I would take that. That's a foul on Fagundes. They're a bit of a nasty challenge. Might see a card.
Also, nobody's on yellow card accumulation danger for this game, but we cannot afford a red. We cannot afford a red card in this game. Nobody, if emotions boil over, this is not the game to get a red card in. And Diego Fagundes with a bit of a nasty challenge there probably should have got a yellow card as a Philadelphia player is very passionate about winning that foul. That's almost like Sean point to the bad passion there, but
Think we might see that passion come out if Winder scores a goal tonight,
Yeah.
Just like
head injury for Philadelphia is going to start. I'm going to stop the play for quite a while, I would imagine. Oh, no, he's right back up. All right. What would go crazy right now is Little Caesars.
I think we were talking about this on the last Watchalong too.
I don't know why every time I watch the Galaxy, I'm like, I need Little Caesars to really go through the emotions of this game. Like, this is feeling more and more like just a low-scoring game to me because neither of these teams will I feel create chances right now. It hasn't been any clear cut. I mean, the Galaxy gave away 2 dangerous set pieces, but then again, all it takes is one for the Galaxy to collapse. And yeah. See, red card on McCarthy. Eli's bowling right now. Good for Eli, man. I know a lot of Galaxy fans are probably skipping out on this game with it being a midweek one, and with more importantly our record being as bad as it is.
They don't want to see the quadruple hat trick. Nascimento's going to get off the bench, I see.
Nascimento and Winder will be playing for Ventura very shortly.
I don't even think either of them will get minutes there, if we're being honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see Winder start regardless because he's a young player. I want to see what potential he has. If he has anything. We talked about it with Eli and them yesterday. There's nothing to lose. Just show what you got. The young guys got to show what they want. Cuevas, another one who could have an interesting breakout game here. Winder.
Royce. Oh, it's a good ball.
Royce. That's
Royce
good.
on it.
Marco Royce. Can he find the right option?
Fagundes.
Plays Diego Fagundes a bit behind him. Lucas Sanabria. Sanabria's in. Lucas Sanabria around the goalkeeper. How's
Royce.
Marco Royce?
Oh.
Sanabria, you.
Can we add Sanabria to that list of guys we're gonna see with VCFC soon?
Yeah. Lucas Sanabria, you are an Al Hilal player. Please get ready to learn, bro. That's ridiculous. That should have been a goal. Elijah Winder has Marco Royce in behind. Winder's pass blocked. Good attempt. Yeah, Stefan woke up from a nap. Hey, we're not losing yet though. Last regular season win was October 5th, 2024 at Austin FC.
Hold on, I have the stat of that. If you guys did not see, I posted the stats of the last time the Galaxy won and everything. It's gonna
Marco Royce,
fall
Diego
short.
Fagundes in behind, blocked out. Go ahead.
I'm pulling the post up.
How many days?
Yeah,
Can I take a
it's
guess?
been. You can take a guess, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm not great at math. I'm going to go 160 approximately.
Since our last MLS win or MLS regular season win?
Regular season.
Regular season, oh, you're way off.
Am I really?
Yeah, it's been
Wait, higher or
200. Oh, higher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Galaxy trying to get something here.
Okay, then how much since MLS Cup win?
Since MLS Cup, it's been 157.
Okay. I was thinking MLS Cup, man. I'll use that excuse there. I was just thinking about MLS Cup. Sure.
Well, since our last regular season win, it has been 220 days.
Yeah, I mean 365 is coming up. Philadelphia have a shot blocked out.
That's
Looks
like a foul.
Really good so far is Isaiah Parente and Marco Royce. I think have looked brilliant for the Galaxy. Why are Inter Miami home games $50 a ticket, but when they play away, it's $200 plus? Honestly, cheaper to go to Fort Lauderdale and watch it. Might be a great place to vacation at. That is a very dirty foul on Diego Fagundes. I mean, it's a good point. I honestly don't know. I think the fact is Miami have like 17 home games, but like if they come to LA, that's only going to happen once a year, right? So people are going to be more inclined to watch it when if you're in Miami, you have 17 other opportunities plus Leagues Cup, plus playoffs, plus CONCACAF. So,
On top of this way too, teams know they play in football stadiums and they know people will pay that price.
Yeah.
And it's evident because those football stadiums get sold out when Pessi's there.
Yeah, right.
Philadelphia.
Once in your city, and not everyone's inclined to take a plane trip to Philadelphia, whip it in. Mayashida cleared out. Surprised that somehow didn't end up in the back of our own net. Should be so LA Galaxy right now. John McCarthy comes out to collect.
Pretty sure about this time last game it was already like 3-0, so the improvements there
Huge
put the banner up.
These are things that you take as positives and you just take it and run with it. John McCarthy setting the ball down. But yeah, we talked about it. It's a John McCarthy reunion. I saw something on his Instagram story. I think his high school stadium is named after him, which is crazy. I think they named his high school stadium McCarthy Stadium.
That's pretty sweet.
So Celtics in 7, they're not winning. It is over. Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. Yeah. Welcome to Cancun with my Clippers here.
Shout out Apple TV just for always wanting to glitch out. Appreciate you, Apple.
Yeah. So buggy.
Galaxy, never mind. Turn over from LA. Philadelphia now drifting to the left-hand side. Again, Philadelphia are searching for a goal, but they're not necessarily trying to push for one.
Two-time MLS Cup champion John McCarthy. Two-time MLS Cup champion Eric Zavaleta. As this ball is whipped in, Philadelphia don't get the cleanest of contact on it.
We have
Yeah,
another
that-
two-time.
Hmm?
I was gonna say we have another two-time MLS Cup champion in Isaiah Parente on the field as well.
Oh yeah, Isaiah Parente Stadium. Where is Isaiah Parente from? I don't know. Please, by the way, guys, show up to El Tráfico on Sunday. I'm not getting paid to say this, unfortunately. But if you can, and if you have tickets, please attend that match. And if you don't want to buy tickets, or if you have a ticket to sell and you're not going, talk to either one of us. Is Cuevas?
Oh, it's a goal!
Cuevas scores! Mauricio
Let's
Cuevas
go!
in! There we go. The Galaxy take the lead in Philadelphia. Can you believe it? I don't know where that came from.
Mauricio Cuevas getting his second goal for the blue, white, and gold. Perfect ball there. Absolutely drills it bottom right corner. The second time this season, the Galaxy have themselves the lead.
Wow. I can't believe it.
It's picked up, I believe that was Parente who wins it. Royce just drifts it. And then Cuevas just passes it into the back of the net. Perfect shot. The Galaxy lead in Philadelphia, lads.
I am mind blown. We showed up to play. Wow. This is the second time all season the Galaxy have scored the first goal, Mauricio Cuevas. And that's got to be a relief for this club right now. This has to be an absolute relief. We've struggled so much to start the year, and we finally have a lead. I'm absolutely thrilled right now. He put the ball in the back of the net. Who would have thought? Not me. Good finish. Good, calm, and composed finish by Cuevas there, by the way.
Where's the MLS Cup final? Is it going to be at Dignity Health Sports Park? Because I think we got to book those hotel tickets now.
If you're a betting man, bet all of your life savings on the Galaxy to win MLS Cup this year, because it's happening. This is the start of the comeback. This is the start of the turnaround. I'm mind blown. I'm in a complete state of shock and denial right now. But I mean, Ramos is right. This is what you need going into an El Tráfico if you're able to see this one out. But plenty of time for things to go south, and what can go wrong will go wrong. But Cuevas, finally somebody steps up to plate. Philadelphia swing this corner, and back post, Mayashita heads out. John McCarthy looking to collect. He won't come for it. Mayashita again. Diego Fagundes. Can the Galaxy break here? Galaxy have numbers. Cuevas back in the attack. Diego Fagundes has to go quick. Plays Cuevas wide. Cuevas.
More Cuevas.
Cuevas. Still Cuevas.
Gets to see him a corner.
Come on.
Cuevas is absolutely cooking on the wing right now.
Does he start LAFC? Let's overreact here. Should Cuevas start LAFC?
If Peck and Painso are both unavailable or on the bench, absolutely, or not 100% fit, absolutely start Cuevas.
I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing from him. And hey, I'll give you credit, Sean. You were advocating for this guy to play winger for the longest time. And he actually comes in and puts in a shift right now. Marco Royce swings in the corner, or about to swing in a corner.
We haven't scored from a corner in a while, actually. We'd love to see us get one of those.
Royce swings it in. Back post.
Hits it.
It will go out for a goal kick. Terrible corner kick. Greg Vandy under a lot of pressure. Fire. Hoodie from Greg Vandy there. Love that.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. Think Vanny, respectfully, Vanny, I think you should let go of that fit, though.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's a clean fit, just Vanny's a bit too old for it, in my opinion.
No,
We need to rock that
too old.
fit.
Never too old for some fresh fits. That should be a Galaxy throw in here. Yeah, thank you. I think Greg Vanny is very animated on that. As you guys mentioned before I joined here, Joseph Paintsel and Gabriel Peck out for a second consecutive game. Ty Baribo, that will be a foul. They play the advantage. Philadelphia shoots, save John McCarthy. Yeah, you're old, Sean.
I know I might be reaching. I'm reaching young status this year, turning 18. At least it's gonna be at Dignity Health Sports Park. So
Who are we playing on that day?
FC Dallas. Scenes when Winder scores the winner that game. It's written in the stars, man.
I think Winder will be playing in Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia by that time. But hey,
Very generous.
he's going to be playing in the Chinese league. I forget how young both of you are. Yeah, I am 19. Sean is 17. So, Royce.
A Galaxy team with 0 strikers is currently leading in Philadelphia, by the way.
Yeah, maybe all we needed to score was removing a striker. Royce, Winder, what can Winder do? Winder swings it.
Ooh.
Fagundes! Not clean contact on that ball.
The last time Fagundes had a milestone game, he scored a free kick rocket. Can we see something similar here today with it being his 300th MLS regular season appearance?
Royce!
Place it!
Royce to Fagundes! Fagundes!
It's
Come on! Come on! That's 2! Come on!
Diego
Unselfish
Fagundes!
pass by Marco Royce. We are here. Sean calls it right after Diego Fagundes scores on his 300th MLS season appearance. The Galaxy lead 2-0 in Philadelphia. Can you believe it? Oh my.
Man, it can't get much better than this.
Miki Amane finds a perfect pass to Cuevas. Cuevas does everything to get it to Royce, and Royce acts like he lines up a shot, plays it to Fagundes, and the Galaxy are up 2-0. Man, what a play that was.
That Royce fake shot opened up miles of space for Fagundes, who just rolls it past Rick into the back of the net. What a way for Fagundes to celebrate the 300th regular season game with another goal. Goal number 2 on the season for that man.
I don't know what they did before this game, but we are here.
37 minutes in. Take a photo of that real quick. The Galaxy are leading in MLS play.
By 2 goals!
More.
By 2 goals! By 2 goals! Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. Wow. This is unreal. This is exactly what this team needed. Royce, we are playing some absolute fluid ball right now.
The treble is loading, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
The treble is loading.
Winder, Cuevas.
Should be a foul on Cuevas.
Yeah, the referee is going to call that one all day of the week. Yeah, go buy a lottery ticket. This is your lucky day. Go, like, I don't know. I would have never guessed it would be a random Wednesday that we get our first win of the season, but we are in good position, not to jinx it, that the Galaxy are cooking right now. As long as they keep the momentum up, this is exactly the type of ball you want to see.
Was that a yellow card on Wagner?
Kyle Wagner? I'm not sure. It should pop up in a second.
It doesn't look to
Isaiah Parente, John Nelson, Diego Fagundes, Sanabria, Fagundes. Good momentum builder right now. Nelson. Fagundes.
Galaxy playing back here, not trying to make mistakes.
But you know,
Garces
oh,
making a mistake.
Garces, not a great touch on that ball. Recovers well. Should be a Galaxy throw in though. Oh, are they not giving a Galaxy throw in here?
I think it rolled off of Garces' boot.
Really? Okay. Yeah, Greg Vanny doesn't look too happy about that decision right there. I thought that was clearly a Galaxy throw in, but Philadelphia, Galaxy win it right back. There's energy. There's life to this team. There is something to this Galaxy team right now. You know what's so difficult too is we're winning in a rotation game right now. We're winning in a rotation game ahead of an El Trafico. Like,
I mean, to be honest, this is what you want.
yeah.
You want to show that even your rotational players can go out there.
But
Get you
it puts you in
something.
a situation where Philadelphia is in behind right now. Philadelphia. My
You got to
screen.
cross in. Garces with the block.
It is,
Goes out for
yeah, Cuevas
Union.
blocks it out for a Galaxy or Philadelphia corner kick. Kai Wagner to take. I'm absolutely thrilled with the play of the Galaxy so far, but you guys are right in the chat. You know, there is, you can't count things out, and with the way this season's gone, anything is able to happen. So, got to keep the foot on the gas here. Kai Wagner about to swing this corner kick in. Wagner lifts it in. Lifts it into the box.
Out.
Philadelphia blocked out for another corner kick. They have some tall bodies, though. They have some tall bodies. Yeah, we just got to be a bit cautious here. You don't want to give up one goal, especially before half. I think this is a good lead to have.
McCarthy makes the save. Has no rush to get up there, trying to run this clock down. 4 minutes from halftime, plus additional time.
You definitely want to get into half up 2-0. You do not want to give up anything or any leeway or any momentum before half.
Absolutely.
Stefan's right. Cuevas plays for the badge, and that's what we've been looking for in these previous matches is people who will step up and play to Galaxy standards. And Cuevas been in the Galaxy system for a very long time, knows what it means to be an LA Galaxy player. He knows what it means to represent the badge. So he absolutely, he might start El Trafico. But the question I was going to pose here is Philadelphia still. Elijah Wander, good pressure to win that ball back. Miki Amane needs to clear it quick. He does. Cuevas, not urgent enough to the ball there. Philadelphia have numbers. Galaxy.
Tries to play through. Galaxy regains possession.
Amane very quick to win that. Lucas Sanabria.
Sanabria doing well.
John Nelson from the left back spot tries to play Fagundes or Sanabria in behind. Doesn't do that successfully.
Also, with Fagundes scoring that goal, he is officially a part of the 75-75 club.
Who else is in that club? Do we have names?
No, I do not. I just have the notification from the Galaxy Twitter page. So
let's see.
Galaxy make the switch. Plays it into the middle. It's Marco Reus again. Cuts back Reus. Trying to look for somebody. He's taking his sweet time to pass. Again, just little passes in between this midfield.
Yeah, 75 club.
Not an easy stat to reach. Congratulations, Diego Fagundes.
Yeah.
And the Galaxy slowly trying to build up. Launching it wide.
Yeah, they're going to deal with that. Very good. Yeah, Sean, you called that seconds before Fagundes scored. That was a crazy shout on the 300th game milestone there. So, yeah, Royce is Philly playing bench? Not really. This is pretty much Philly's full strength lineup, to my knowledge, barring Andre Blake, who's been out for a long time.
Honestly, I agree with Steven. If
Yeah,
you're
I was gonna talk about that at halftime instead. I'm a bit nervous right now if we give up anything before half that the shape of this game completely changes. I keep messing up my stream. This is not great.
I continue. Galaxy, it's Cuevas on it. Ooh, he
But
doesn't quite get to it. Fights for the ball, gets pushed off. Does well to keep possession. Cuevas legacy
good
game right
hustle.
here.
Yeah,
Does well, Galaxy switches perfectly.
it's his second goal for the Galaxy.
Yes, his first goal came against San Jose on the road last year, and what was he, 3-0 win?
We got a road warrior, Mauricio Cuevas.
Galaxy again,
ball
just
back in motion.
as soon as we say that, they gave up possession. Philadelphia goes the other way. Pass on left side, hand
Pass
side.
left.
Garces,
That's
work
left.
to do. Great work from Garces.
Good. That's clean. Know how
Galaxy
you
should.
get there. Is there
Garces
any
is just
time?
drifting up.
Okay,
4 minutes.
Where was this all year? This is a different lineup than we've seen all year. So I think putting in some fresh legs and testing out some new guys shifted things up for the Galaxy. It's not the same lineup that we've been running. Obviously, injuries have some part to do, and also rotation. And it's just worked in our favor here.
Philadelphia.
Baribo into the
Ball's
middle.
in the box.
Into the middle.
Great
Played
work
out by
from
Wander.
Galaxy.
Cuevas. Nice ball in behind for Wander. That had some good curve to it. Yeah, 0 DP LA Galaxy team is winning a game in MLS. Never happened before in LA Galaxy history have we won without a designated player. Winder in some pain.
Ref, do something. Make sure Winder's okay, man. The Galaxy will pick up possession here.
Gar says. Gar
Just
says he saw him
launching
push
it.
into a forward position for a second earlier.
Tucker Lepley to play. Yeah, I think we'll see Lepley in second half. We'll go over more about what is to be expected in the second half as Galaxy still lead this game 2-0 in the 46th minute.
In behind.
Crossed in
Philadelphia.
again.
For Ty Baribo. They have a header. It goes in. They still have the ball here. Not done with it yet.
Great work. Cuevas that's gonna pick up a foul. Should be a yellow card, honestly.
I don't know why Wagner's arguing about that. That's certainly a foul. Yeah, that's absolutely a foul.
I'd argue that's even a yellow. Stops Cuevas from going on the breakaway.
Philadelphia. Third throw in. They launch it. Back post. John McCarthy will collect. He will put that ball right back down.
McCarthy pushing all numbers forward. Just going to launch this up. Philadelphia get it. Galaxy rush to get this ball. They do have it. Plays it all the way back. Again, in no hurry to get this going. Wanting to go into halftime with this lead.
Just going to launch it. Fagundes. Keeper collects. Yeah, if you're Greg Vanney, what a relief this has to be right now at halftime to be up 2-0. I'm like trying to be so cautious because I know how fast things can go south. But yeah, I mean, this has been good luck so far. Philly.
Garces does great.
Kai Wagner. John McCarthy collects, and that will be halftime. I mean, there is a chance that the Philadelphia Union end up throwing the white flag in this game if the Galaxy come out and score a third goal. So I think you need to be aggressive out of the second half. Yeah, officially halftime. LA Galaxy 2, Philadelphia Union 0. After how many games we've been kept off of the score sheet? We have two. We have 2 goals. I don't know where this came from. I don't think anyone expected this to happen. But we are here. This is the reality we live in. And yeah. Sean, how do you feel right now?
What a reality this is we're living in, like you said. Absolutely unreal. The Galaxy, I was mentioning it before the game started, you wanted to see a fire under them. And there's a fire under them, to our credit. After the game against the Red Bulls, I did not expect this type of performance whatsoever. But they came out strong, didn't crumble, which is something really positive to look at. Then it started off amazingly as Cuevas scored in what was the 31st minute, and then just 6 minutes later, Diego Fagundes making the second goal for the Galaxy. In my opinion, the best player of the game so far has been Marco Reus, picking up both assists, as well as just his play in general. As he's starting in the striker role, but he's playing more as like a shadow striker type. He's just been everywhere, been dictating the play perfectly. Other players also stood out has been Isaiah Parente and Lucas Sanabria, who I thought have been excellent in this midfield together. What about you, Peyton?
I'm very impressed, obviously, with the Galaxy's play. I feel like I'm naturally a bit hesitant right now to say that we're going to hold on to this because of the way that this season has started. Um, so there's so much positives to take away from this match. I was surprised that our lineup of backups has came in and done as well as they have. Um, as you said, Isaiah Parente has been a stud. Mauricio Cuevas, I think that goes without saying. He's been a breakout player this game. And if you want to start future matches for the LA Galaxy, this is how you do it. This is how you prove it. This is how you prove that you're here to make an impact for the club. This is our worst drought of a win in MLS history and Galaxy history. So I think this team really has a fire under them. I don't know what last game did to this team, but to go from losing 7-0 to winning 2-0 against a team that's statistically better in the league standings on the road, on short rest, with a rotated lineup without all 3 designated players, it looks great. It looks great right now. And in fact, it feels a little too good to be true. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this half. I think offensively, one thing I've noticed is that this team looks a lot more aggressive. I think too many times in previous games, we've seen a Galaxy team that's a bit hesitant to go forward, a bit slow in the build-up, and scared of taking risks. You haven't seen that at all this game. You've seen a Galaxy team that is here, and they're here to play, and they're here to score goals. Look at how many chances we've created. It's not like we've had 2 chances all game. We haven't had a ton of major chances, but we've been creating a lot of half chances. We've been doing a lot of the right things, and obviously we had the 2 major chances. I like the unselfishness of Marco Reus. I thought he's been excellent in this match. Somebody who needed to step up for the LA Galaxy. Now, here's my question. What do you do if you're Greg Vanney ahead of an El Trafico when your lineup of backups is beating a top team in the league right now, Philadelphia Union? Does that change what you had in mind for El Trafico? Are you maybe okay with not starting a guy like Gabriel Peck or Joseph Paintsill if they're not 100% healthy when you have a guy like Cuevas who's out here and playing some of the best ball we've seen from him in his career? Maybe the best game we've seen from Mauricio Cuevas so far. And obviously has to go through a full 90, but he's been brilliant right now for the Galaxy. What are you thinking if you're Greg Vanney?
Absolutely, you have to now be questioning what you're going to be playing against LAFC. The main thing that I'm questioning now is who's going to be your striker. You had 3 strikers on the bench, which we were all criticizing Vanny for before this game, and you have Marco Reus step up in the striker role, and he gets you 2 assists. It's a really interesting how we're going to be looking against LAFC. I think if both of your DPs, Peck and Paintsill, are both not 100%, you start one of them, and then you start Cuevas on the right-hand side. I strongly believe if Cuevas continues to play like this the rest of the game, you have to start him against LAFC.
And
You don't have somebody who's on fire like him not start.
you would move Fagundes back in the midfield for like Winder, yeah?
He's actually been playing pretty solid on the wing. I don't like Fagundes on the wing whatsoever, but yeah, I think that would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Maybe even see this exact same midfield. This was the midfield I've been calling for. At least
Yeah.
I haven't been public about it, but
It's
this has been a
difficult.
midfield I like.
It's difficult too because it's the first match that Edwin Cerrillo's missed in a very long time for the Galaxy, and we played better without him. If you look at the stats here, they don't entirely favor the LA Galaxy. The Philadelphia Union have had 10 shots to the Galaxy's 3. Shots on target, the Galaxy have had 2 to Philadelphia Union's 4. Possession, Philadelphia are also beating us 52-48. Corners 3-2. But we're higher in XG, and more importantly, look at the scoreboard. Sometimes it doesn't always play into your favor. Sometimes the stats don't reflect how the game's going. And you saw that against Kansas City, not in our favor. You see it now in our favor. So it's, it's a balance. Sometimes you're playing great and you can't buy anything. But I like what I've seen, and more importantly, the game feels a lot more open than we've seen. The offense feels a lot more open. It feels like we have a lot more space, time, and I love what we've done on the ball. We've created a lot of chances. It's interesting, Sean. I would almost keep Marco Royce up top against LAFC in a false 9 position like he's playing now. This might be one of the best games I've seen from Marco Royce. He has 2 assists in this match, and he's been more active, more creative, more free on the ball than I've seen him probably since Atlanta or the LAFC game last year. Royce has looked great, and you need Royce to be a key player for your club. You need him to be as good as he always is. So I think Greg Vanney has a lot of questions going into the El Tráfico game, but maybe we'll talk about that more after the match, because right now, if you're Greg Vanney, how do you balance this match to, one, preserve minutes ahead of El Tráfico with a guy like Marco Royce, who probably shouldn't be on short rest for an El Tráfico match? You need to probably pull him out in the 60th or 70th minute to make sure that he's not getting gassed out ahead of Galaxy LAFC on Sunday. How do you balance that with maintaining a lead here?
Oh, it's very easy to continue this, and it's have one of your actual strikers get subbed in the game. I think if any of the strikers you would be subbing in, although Nascimento should be getting minutes, it should be why can't I think of his name right now? Christian Ramirez. How can I not remember? I think it should be Christian Ramirez, because I feel like he can play a similar role to what Royce is playing, where he drops back a bit and helps dictate play.
Yeah, no, certainly. I think everybody in the Galaxy fan base is a bit shocked right now that we're actually winning this game. So if anyone's skeptical, I think you have every right to be, but we're in a good spot. We just have to keep it up. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this Galaxy team comes out of the second half, but you have to come out with a lot of fire. You can't come out the second half and have Philadelphia be on the front foot. Obviously, you expect the Union to probably have a couple good clear-cut chances, but that's okay. As long as we're still creating, as long as we're still defending them from any huge chances or making any mistakes, and more importantly, we cannot shoot ourselves in the foot in this game. We cannot afford to come out second half, dominate the game, shoot ourselves in the foot once, and then that's it. The momentum completely shifts, and yeah, it's all bad from there. We got to keep it up. Scores around MLS, DC, New York City 0-0. Montreal leading Columbus, interesting. Orlando leading Charlotte 2-1, and Cincinnati leading Toronto. We have a bunch of MLS games after here. Let's see. Yeah, what's up, Brandon? But I think you're right, Christian Ramirez. I wouldn't put Ramirez in this game, though. I would put Miguel Berry in. This is a Miguel Berry game, in my opinion. Not that I think Miguel Berry is going to score or have any what a crazy impact, but I think he's going to do good at slowing out this game, chalking it down for the LA Galaxy so we're able to grind out a result. He holds up the play very well. But no, I wouldn't do the change anytime soon. I would say maybe around the 60th minute, you start to look at guys like Marco Royce to preserve minutes for him ahead of El Tráfico. so he's not gassed out for that game. Diego Fagundes has taken a lot of minutes so far, so maybe you see another guy like Julian Ade come in and get some play time for the Galaxy, maybe for John Nelson. So yeah, I would say Miguel Berry. I'm starting to believe more and more the Nascimento theory is that Nascimento has a minutes cap, and that is why, you know, if you play Nascimento X amount of minutes or X percentage of the season, X amount of starts, you trigger his buy option, and that's why the Galaxy are more hesitant to start him. Could certainly be the case here.
Yeah, on a different note, Marco Reus here, just before the stat goes away, he's only had 28 touches on the ball this game. He's had 20 passes with those 28 touches, with 2 of them being assists. He is on fire today. He's pulling Ricky Pooch types of plays.
We got a question for you in the chat. Sean, did you read a script in that video?
There was a script involved, yes. Well, at least for some part. Yes, I had a little script off to my side just to make sure I wasn't messing up on what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see anything significant out of Nascimento. I don't know if maybe one of the shock moves in the summer window that the Galaxy explores, sending Nascimento back to Botafogo to bring in somebody maybe more impactful in this position. I know the Galaxy were looking at a player over the summer that could potentially be available that wasn't going to be available in the winter to them, but might be in the summer. So maybe they opt to go down that path and get rid of Nascimento. But I think we're probably going to be stuck with them for the full year. Certainly hasn't lived up to expectations, but I'm liking what I was seeing out of Royce at a false 9, and I didn't expect to be very high on that. What other substitutions would you make, Sean?
You know, I'd maybe look to sub off Parente. Been fighting for the badge, but maybe bring in a guy like Lepli, or even sub off Winder for Lepli.
Yeah, maybe. That's, yeah. I want to see a full 90 from Sanabria. I don't think he'll start El Tráfico. So, does LAFC play today? They do. They play Seattle. I'm not sure if it's in Seattle.
No, when they went to Seattle, they got absolutely whooped 5-1, I think it was. This game is at BO.
Okay. So, yeah, they have a tough match today.
Just let a couple of dives go in, and LAFC will win off the penalties.
That's what I'm so terrified of against the Galaxy. I talked about it yesterday, is the fact that I feel like Denny Bouanga has the system down perfectly, because if you give him too much space, he's going to bear the shot. But if you play close on him, if you play tight, if you defend how you should on him, he's going to dive at any contact, and they're going to call it a penalty. So, yeah. And the only way to stop that is giving yellows for simulation, but that's the star boy of MLS. So he's not young, but that's MLS is one of their faces of the league, so they would never really punish him in a way that would impact his play style. But yeah, we'll talk about that after the match, potentially what a starting lineup would look like on Sunday against obviously Chivas USA. So
it's a shame we have a midweek game here, because I love El Tráficos, especially since it gives typically about a week before just of pure posting and hyping the game up. But we only have a few day break before we actually have the game itself.
I expect that momentum is going to pick up as soon as tomorrow.
Man, how annoying would that be though if we do win this game and then we go against LAFC and then they absolutely rob us?
I wouldn't put it past pro referees. I'm surprised John Freeman's not going to get the call for this match. We're about to get started underway. Gar says, "Do not get a yellow." Does he already have a yellow, or are we talking about yellow card accumulation?
See, I thought he was on yellow card accumulation, but
Is he actually?
I thought so.
If that's the case, take Garces out, please. I don't know what you do, but considering we don't have, Zonka for the trip, and a lot of people don't love Eric Zavaleta, so maybe you move one of the fullbacks to center back. But no hype for this derby. It will pick up. It'll pick up. You'll reach Sunday, and the hype will be there, I'm sure. I think it's just a matter of time, and especially with the Galaxy's form this year. And a win certainly does that. I mean, if you're the Galaxy and you want to put people in the stadium for that game, you get a win here. That's the easiest way to do it. Get a win, get an emphatic performance that puts energy into the fans' hearts, that puts belief into the fans. And yeah, I mean, we should go all out for Leagues Cup or Campeones Cup. I think Campeones Cup's our easiest path to a trophy. Not that us playing Club America is going to be great, but the fact that it's a one-off game versus Leagues Cup is very difficult, and I haven't seen Greg Vanney take that seriously as head coach of the LA Galaxy. So
we're underway for the second half.
Oh, if you could change your prediction right now, what would it be? Because I think we were both pretty far off.
I mean, I was really far off, but I don't want to jinx anything, so I'm no comment for
Okay.
this.
All right. If I had to change my prediction, I think it'll be 2-1 Galaxy. I think Philadelphia are going to make it interesting, but I think the Galaxy just need to grind this game out here. The players need to want this so bad.
Fagundes picks it up here.
Goodness.
Off the
Yeah.
misplaced pass,
Marco
has Royce
Royce.
to the left.
Royce with good pressure there.
Royce
Royce
just runs away from that one.
gets stripped of the ball. Philadelphia. Philadelphia heads in the locker room have to be on a different planet right now. The way the Galaxy started this year, they probably chalked this up as an easy win. But it's Major League Soccer. And even though the Galaxy are historically bad this year, the difference between teams in Major League Soccer is like 2% between the best team and the worst team. It's like 2%. So any day of the week, we have the most party. And yeah, I mean, win probability has jumped up to 77.1% for the LA Galaxy, 7.5% for Philadelphia, and 15.4% for a draw. So if you're confident the Galaxy are going to blow this one, there's some money to be made here. But yeah, heavily favored to see this one out. Philadelphia has a corner kick here, swung into the box, back post, free header, goal Philadelphia. If you would have made the bet right before I said it, you would be looking very good right now. I mean, it was bound to happen. Look at the amount of height they have. I think there's a dangerous chance in the first half, and this game's going to be interesting. So, Sean?
Off the set piece again, the corner. No, I'm not sure who got it in the end of that one, but just an easy header. It looks like it bounced over McCarthy as he tried diving for it. At 2-1.
Oh, man.
Nobody marking back there.
I'm a bit nervous. That's Elijah Wander that gets dunked on there. I'm sorry, Sean. Elijah Wander gets yeah, that's not good looks there. I think that was his man, and he just lost his mark. He's wide open back post. Jacob Gillespie, one of the taller people in the Philadelphia Union, just buries that one in the back of the net. Goal scoring center back. We talked about that in the first half. So
now the momentum changes a lot. The Galaxy came out of halftime with the momentum, and now it goes straight to Philadelphia. A goal away from the comeback. However, it doesn't look like the Galaxy want to slow down by any means.
you can't. You really can't. You can't afford to let the momentum go the other way. I think they gave that goal to Nathan Harriel. I don't know if he got a touch on the way there, but that's what the broadcast chalked it up to. So that's interesting. I think there was maybe a slight deflection that threw all the Galaxy players off.
That there had to have been a deflection there, because there's no way McCarthy doesn't get to that unless there was a deflection, because he just completely dived out of the way from the trajectory of the ball.
Yeah. Ooh, Galaxy need to press up high here. Philadelphia. Are they going to get on the end of this one? Amir Garza is chasing down. They will get on the end of this one. They have options inside of the box. A lot of men up for Philadelphia. Baribo header goal. We've blown it. I'm gonna tweak. I'm gonna tweak out. We've blown the lead. We've blown the lead within 5 minutes. Are we serious?
McCarthy gets beat on his at his near post. Just when you thought everything was going so nicely, just took 5 minutes inside the second half, and you already blew away a 2-goal lead.
The momentum's gone. This game is outrageous that you blow that lead within 5 minutes. I don't know why. Yeah, once again, 2 headers there in the box. Maya Yoshida's infuriated. I mean, he was the one who got dunked on, right? I mean,
yeah, it was his man. He lost that 50.
Yeah, I don't know why Maya Yoshida's mad there. You're the one who ended up getting dunked on. Maybe he's upset with himself, but Ty Baribo, we talked about before the match being potentially, in the Golden Boot race, and one of the players who can make an impact for Philadelphia does there. I don't think I'll ever understand why Maya Yoshida, the man that he is, gets dunked on headers, even 50-50s. He can score a corner kick, but he can't defend a header. I know it's different circumstances, it's different, but he's so bad at defensive aerial duels.
All the time, too. This isn't a new occurrence. This has been happening all of last season, too.
Yeah, any momentum we built, all 45 minutes, throw it out the window. None of this matters anymore. The Galaxy start to this game, the positive start, all the great things we did in the first half, they just decided to come out in the second half and lay an egg. So Miki Amane fails to clear that ball.
Philadelphia are a second half team. 16 of their goals coming from the second half.
They're going to line up a shot. Just over, well, not just over the bar. That was well over the bar, but still a clean look from Philadelphia. This is real bad. This is dangerous for the LA Galaxy. I'm in shambles right now. I can believe it because it's the 2025 LA Galaxy. Of course, something like this would happen. Nightmare of a season. Okay, if you're Greg Vanney, what do you do now? What are you thinking when you come out in the second half and drop 2 goals within 5 minutes? Philadelphia is out shooting you 14-3.
This point, it's just about praying. Just pray you can get something.
It's team prayer right now in the middle of the match.
Galaxy clears it away. They're struggling now. Royce launches this up to hopefully find Cuevas, who's going to run and get to that.
Cuevas.
Just launches that. No need to do that. Goes straight to Rick.
You got to
Picks it
look
up
up
in the middle of the
there.
box.
You got to look up. There's nobody there in the middle of the box. At least where he sent it. The only player was the goalkeeper. Very, very obviously. Yeah, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong here. Miki Amane clears it out. Philadelphia throw in. Philadelphia
Taking
throw
this
it quick.
quick. Galaxy clears it away again. Falls to Mark Royce. Nobody around him gets ran over. Royce.
Rolls Royce wins a free kick. Is that not for us?
There's no way that's not. Royce gets absolutely ran over there. There's
Yeah.
gonna be a free kick for Philly.
You have every single reason to be upset there. Why don't we start Nascimento? Look, from my understanding, we have no clue. But from what we theorize and our little conspiracy theory that we have going around here is that there is a minutes cap on Nascimento, because if he reaches X amount of minutes or X amount of starts, then the Galaxy triggers buy-on option, which they don't want to do from what they've seen so far of him. So that's my only reasonable explanation. If that's not the case, then please let me know.
Philadelphia launches this. McCarthy rushes back post.
McCarthy doesn't get it very cleanly. It's the Philadelphia player right under him.
just so disappointing. That's all it is. Just so disappointing. All that hype, all that just happiness from the first half just disappeared.
I'm like I'm in a state of denial right now that we've managed to, like, I thought it was a possibility that we completely folded, but I didn't think it was going to be this quick. And this is almost more heartbreaking than losing 7-0 in a way. If the Galaxy end up bottling this lead here, is the fact that you had belief, you had hope, and it's the hope that kills you. So Winder trying to do it by himself. He's going to try. I think Philadelphia wants a free kick. Winder, good chase down there. Philadelphia having a hard time getting this out of their own half. Referee's doing good at not biting the foul draws there. Isaiah Parente wins it. Marco Royce. Cuevas, good back heel into Winder. Winder loses it. Under pressure, Philadelphia trying to break out. It's going to be a Galaxy throw and good high press there. Miki Imane to take. Imane plays it back to Isaiah Parente. Parente into Yoshida. Yoshida out wide to John Nelson. John Nelson trying to find options going forward. John Nelson overlapping or being inverted for Diego Fagundes. Opts to play back to Maya Yoshida, who's just going to have to launch it, and that ball is not great.
Cuevas now.
Cuevas lap.
No, is it a foul? Or?
Is that
No,
the
it's
call? No. Okay. Winder.
I'd to continue. Keep possession here.
Miki Imane. Imane is going to take the throw in. Looking to reorganize, find better shape here. Philadelphia now high pressing. Yoshida plays it back to Garces. Garces. Good slide by the Philadelphia defender to keep it within the Galaxy's own half of her throw in. Substitution for Philadelphia Union. Yuri's coming into this match. I'm not sure who that is, but these substitutions will go up here shortly. Is that Bedoya? Is Bedoya still kicking ball in 2025? Yeah. Okay. So Damiani comes out of the match for Ure, who's, I believe, their starting striker, and Quinn Sullivan comes out of the match for Bedoya. Watch this be the Kevin Sullivan debut goal to win against the Galaxy. I would cry. Anybody but us, man.
And I just need us to repeat that first half.
The momentum changed so much, though. Philadelphia, see, they smell blood in the water right here.
Takes it quickly, should have been.
Ure barely doesn't get connection on that. Jeez, man. That realistically should have been 3-2 Philadelphia if that ball was just a bit better. It was an audacious attempt, though. Sean, what's your substitutions now? Does anything change?
I'd maybe starting in the back line. Maybe see Zavaleta instead of Garces. Because again, if Garces is still on, yellow card accumulation. Don't want to risk that for the game against LAFC.
Yeah.
I'd still like to see Nascimento.
I want to see the Galaxy reset here and bring in attacking options and freshen things up a bit. I mean, I think the legs are starting to drag. They've had a lot of road miles on them, so, a lot of jet lag. I want to see this team hopefully get back into the mix of things. We just need fresh legs to provide a new spark of momentum into this team. Philadelphia whips the cross in. Maya Yoshida heads it. Lucas Sanabria, not a clean clearance. Philadelphia is going to win this back. Philadelphia have a lot of options. They're going to opt out wide. A lot of men inside of the box for them. Header over the bar. Bedoya is frustrated. Yeah, that man's played for Philadelphia for the longest time. That is one of their club legends. He's been there forever, but just doesn't do well enough on that. It seems like it hits the top of his head there. Christian Ramirez for Elijah Winder is the first substitution Greg Vanney opts for. Winder, 60 minutes. What do you make of his performance so far?
He had a solid performance. Much better than what we've seen from him throughout the rest of the season, that's for sure. Really made his presence known, especially in that first half. But this is a logical move. You now have a Royce drop back in the attacking midfield slot with Ramirez up top.
Yeah.
Galaxy will win a free kick here.
I have a feeling that Yoshida is the locker room cancer. I mean, once again, talked about it with Eli yesterday. I don't think my Yoshida has been captain material so far, and I don't see him as a guy who picks people up, more so gets frustrated, at least this season, in the way that things are going with adversity. I don't think I trust him to be the team captain right now to lift us out of this rut. But I don't know. I don't know, though, because I have a feeling if he truly was, then Greg Vanney would have put him on the bench by now, or at least stripped his captaincy.
I have a feeling he might be a reason that Mikovic went to the bench. Because remember, after that game, there's miscommunication between him and... Well, there's miscommunication between each other against St. Louis, and I have a feeling that Yoshida could have just went to Vanney and be like, hey, this guy can't
Philadelphia
communicate.
cross it in. Still not cleared out. Miki Amane finally does just enough, but it bounces right back to Philadelphia. They're going to go around Cuevas here. Whips it into the box.
Nearly an own goal.
Sean Nelson. Jeez. 3 own goals in 3 games would have been something there. I think you're a little ahead of me. Hold on. I'm restarting my stream.
No, for sure.
I'm looking at the replay right now. I'm at the part where they... Okay.
Nelson just hits the ball nearly into his own net.
Yeah, that was real close there by John Nelson. I'm at 62-20.
Oh, I'm 4 seconds ahead.
Gonna have to restart the Apple TV again. So annoying. I don't know why it's like this.
Gonna be a corner kick taken by Philadelphia. Nobody there on this one. Falls. Will be a goal kick for the Galaxy.
It's just deciding not to load my stream anymore. Cheers, Apple TV. Okay, here we go. I'm looking at the replay. Oh, I'm looking at the replay of the Golesnes goal. I'm at 62 or 63.
13,
15.
14. Okay, yeah. I think I'm about like half a second behind, but that I don't mind.
Okay.
Philadelphia picking up steam.
John Nelson.
Nelson's ball.
Nelson trying to find an option out. Philadelphia suffocating the Galaxy with their high press right now. Win it back again. Good chance for Philadelphia. Swings it back post. Miki Amane. Lucas Sanabria does enough to get that out temporarily as Bedoya. Bedoya plays it wide. Philadelphia into the box. John McCarthy save. Are we cooked? I don't even. My head's on Mars right now because I can't believe this game's gone so south so quickly. But I think there's ways we can be uncooked. So Bedoya swings it in.
Chance
this is
here.
not one of them. Philadelphia swing that corner kick.
They're hyping up their fans for another corner here.
Yeah, the momentum's completely changed. And if I had to guess, I would say, yes, we are cooked. But I think there's ways out of this match for sure, at least where you could leave with a point, which wouldn't be the worst result against the Philadelphia Union. And I get it, we haven't won. But that being said, so much more time of this game to be played as they whip in another corner kick. Goes back post, my Yoshida out, but Philadelphia's still on the ball. They have another option inside of the box. Philadelphia swing it back post, man open, but just overhit a little bit. Miro Garces is going to win that. One of the fastest players in the world. Miro Garces.
Poor giveaway. Galaxy winning on the throw-in.
Galaxy throwing. That's such a nice hoodie, though. Do we know how much that hoodie's going for? If I had to guess, it's going to be like $150 because it's the LA Galaxy and it's Major League Soccer, but that's fire. I might need to cop one of that.
I think their hoodies are around 60, and then if it's a collab, it's closer to 100.
Yeah. I have
Outrageous
a
prices.
black Galaxy hoodie that I love. That's like one of my all-time favorite hoodies. Christian Ramirez on the ball. One of his first touches in the match. Diego Fagundes trying to pressure. Galesnes. A lot of numbers up there pushing. Philadelphia. Yoshida does just enough here. Philadelphia. Diego Fagundes. Marco Royce.
That
Marco
should be a
Royce.
foul there.
No foul given. Yuri still on the ball. Has an option in the middle. Good clearance by Maya Yoshida. It's going to be another corner kick. Alejandro Bedoya's look very active on the ball. Rolling back the years, perhaps. Six to 2 on corner kicks for Philadelphia. They've created a lot of their chances through it. Obviously, getting the goal. They swing this one in. Middle. Dangerous ball. Gundes does enough. Clears it out, and it's going to be a Philadelphia throw-in in the Galaxy's third right now. They want to go quick. He's going to change the throw-in taker. They're going to swing it right back to him. Sanabria with the press. Puts in a tackle. Doesn't do enough on it. They flick it back. Miki Amane is going to get the block on that. Out for another Philadelphia throw-in. Kyle Wagner is going to stop, take some momentum out of this game. Lucas Sanabria is down. The fact only one sub came in is a bit surprising to me. I would have probably went for 2. You only have the 3 of those substitution windows, and things are going very south very quickly. Philadelphia swings this one. Back post. Bedoya on the header. Into the box. Nearly hits the target, which would have been a goal. John McCarthy would have been beat to that, but it goes just wide. Goal kick.
Yeah, if any half describes the Galaxy's half, or describes the Galaxy in 2025, it's pretty much this. When things start to look good, it just comes crumbling down, unfortunately. There still is over 20 minutes for the Galaxy to hopefully get their third.
It's going to be out for Philly. I don't remember the last time the Galaxy had a clear spell of possession or a run in, creating chances in the second half. I don't know if it's happened at all for that matter. Philadelphia, it's been all of them since the very start. They've came out, they've been on fire, ready to play, and the Galaxy haven't. They got it again. Philadelphia, Maya Yoshida. Bedoya rather, is going to hit it back post. Philadelphia into the middle. Save McCarthy. Ooh, that was
McCarthy really made a real mess of that one. That's for sure.
That was a very close chance for Philadelphia Union to take the lead in this match, but luckily the Galaxy do enough to prevent third goal. John McCarthy gets a save on it, but wasn't too secure with it. It's those chances, though. They're kind of cooking Miki Amane right now on that back post. Every time it gets swung into that, it feels like we don't have proper man on it. I think that deflects off a Philadelphia player before it hits John McCarthy. So certainly some confusion. Coming into the match is Tucker Lepley and Julian Ade, two people that we really wanted to see come in. Lucas Sanabria comes out. He finally clocked significant minutes. And Mauricio Cuevas, one of the bright spots for the LA Galaxy, perhaps had the best game of his career, comes out of this match as well. Thoughts on these substitutions?
I think the players coming in are good. I'm fine with Sanabria leaving. I would have liked to see Cuevas score 490, but then again, it's expected to see. He did play significant minutes on the weekend, and we are expecting him to be starting against LAFC. So it's not too surprising to see him get the sub off.
He clocked in a good shift, I will say. I know things have kind of shifted away the second half, but I think he did very well in spells and spirits of the game.
Absolutely.
Obviously, had the goal. Philadelphia working on John Nelson. Ariel, the center back, stepping up.
Gonna look to cross this ball in.
Wagner crosses it. Center, cleared out. Still on the ball. Philadelphia, a guy calling for it at the other side. If he picks his head up, he can find them. He's not. He's going to swing it back post. Philadelphia in. Philadelphia. Bedoya has a man right there.
Bedoya has a hit. It's well wide.
Offside goes up. It's been rough. It's been really rough to watch this Galaxy team second half. John McCarthy will take the free kick. Also, in the 70-75 club with Diego Fagundes, you wanna hear some names of these elite MLS legends in here? So Landon Donovan, Jaime Montero or Moreno, Dwayne De Rosario, Diego Valeri, Preki, Steve Ralston, Lucho Acosta, and Diego Fagundes. So not many MLS players in that club. He is potentially, by the end of his career, if he stays in MLS the whole time, he might end up being in the 100-100 club, but that would require some very good seasons out of him, which hasn't been the case so far.
Christian Ramirez now. Galaxy finally with the ball. We got elite company. Fagundes is in. It's gonna just about misplaces that through ball.
That man's been in the league forever, though.
Had to have been since he's been like 17 or something like that.
14.
14. Wow. Oh.
Yeah, Diego Fagundes has been in Major League Soccer since he was 14 years old, to my knowledge. He was one of the youngest players to ever make his debut, and he stayed in ever since. So, yeah, I mean, he was on the bench for the New England Revolution in the 2014 MLS Cup final.
Which we know how that ended up going in what was a Galaxy win, and then 10 years on the dot for Fagundes on the same pitch in another MLS Cup final, also winning that.
Yeah.
Galaxy now finally a bit of positivity goes out for.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good chance we created there. Finally, something is just a little thing to break up the momentum the way that this game has been looking. They're gonna launch it. No, they're not. Got pump fake. Now they're gonna launch it. Not good. Should be a no. It's gonna be Philadelphia throwing. Maya Yoshida. It will be a Philadelphia Union corner kick.
Can't lie, I'm getting worried with all of these corners. We saw they can score from one. I don't want them to get their head on another and score from it.
Yeah, they have the clear height advantage going into this match. They've scored 2 goals off of 50-50 duels. Well, one of them wasn't so 50-50 when Wander lost his man that post. The Union supporters, interesting. They don't have like the safe standing thing, I don't think. Union swings it in. Back post. Yoshida out. Fagundes. Can the Galaxy counter here? Are we quick enough? Ramirez going to hold the ball up. Ade now.
The Galaxy wanted quick, but all they did was just reset Philadelphia, really.
What's the referee looking at here? Hello? Do we know what's going on?
Maybe, well, it has to have been
I think
some sort of foul.
I think the Galaxy are confused as to what's going on at the moment.
I think Philadelphia are too. I mean, he's going to the maybe he's going to the monitor. Couldn't be going any slower if he
I
even
don't know
tried.
where the communication is. The referees stopped this match. I haven't seen anything like it. There's no indication of what's going on. He goes over to the sideline.
There's...
I think we're changing referees. I've never
showing
seen
a replay of the goal.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. I think we're changing center referees here. I hope everything's okay with the center referee. You've seen some of them get injuries in the past. So yeah, it looks like we're changing the referee assignments in this match. I hope everything's okay with the guy who's currently the center.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. At least in a Galaxy game before, let alone in MLS.
Seen it in other MLS games, but I've never really seen it with the Galaxy. But got to change referees, and the way that it happened was very quick. Huh. I think he's gonna take AR duties then.
I'm not sure. I don't know what happens next here. This is gonna add on more time for sure.
Yeah, no, you're going to be looking at a good chunk of stoppage here. You'll probably hear something after the match about this, what's going on, but really just odd. Really just an odd thing to watch. Okay, well, we got a new substitution for the referee organization coming into the match. We got, okay, can we get like some names on this guy? I don't, okay. We got a referee substitution.
Philadelphia want this to get going. I mean, they didn't even have the ball, but they don't want to slow down. They want to go and get this third. Yes, hopefully everything's all right to the original officiator who started this match. We do have a new ref now.
Okay, well, it's going to be the Galaxy's ball. I thought they were going to VAR for a decision. I was like,
that's what I was thinking too.
Or because usually when they stop it in the middle of the play, like I've watched some Premier League matches, they'll just completely stop in the middle of the play to go to VAR if it's something very clear and obvious that they need to overturn. Marco Reus, that he should be offside, Julian Ade. But I think Philadelphia is going to win this one anyway. Yeah, Julian Ade finally does get called for offsides. Referee injuries do happen, by the way. Players can get injured, referees can get injured. They're both very real things. Then if you're not able to catch up with the speed of play, and it's impacting your ability to make decisions, but certainly just hope it's not a health scare. Bedoya. Maybe that sucks some momentum out of the Philadelphia Union.
I
is
mean,
the fact that
if it,
stoppage.
if it did, I mean, I would take it.
Yeah,
Anything to better
yo,
our odds. But yes, of course. Hopefully everything is okay.
Isaiah Parente puts a head in. Philadelphia. Foul on Tucker Lepley. Tucker's not too thrilled with that one. Philadelphia swing it back post. Mayashida does enough. Golesnes, man open.
As
Philadelphia
big
block.
mistake.
Huge block by the LA Galaxy there. Really should have been 3-2 Philadelphia. Goes out for a corner kick.
Wide open. Took his time with it.
Yeah, Mayashida clears. There's just a man. It looks like Miki Amane just lost his guy back post. It's wide open. Really, really dangerous. Philadelphia will swing in this corner kick, however. Philadelphia, take it. Front post, flicked. Marco
Just
Royce,
bouncing around.
Christian Ramirez out. Isaiah Parente trying to break. John Nelson trying to keep the momentum. Philadelphia still on the ball. Bedoya in behind. Philly straight to McCarthy. Not a good shot by that guy. Possession 53 to 47% in favor of Philadelphia Union. Been pretty 50-50 match. Isaiah Parente now. Miki Amane.
Trying to
Mane loses it.
Philadelphia get the counterattack going.
Philadelphia.
Look to cross it in. Great block.
Not great, but we finally get hold of the ball. Tucker and the trucker.
Good switch from LA. Trying to slow this game down. Philadelphia aren't slowing down. Full press for them.
What's the call now? Oh.
Baby's down.
Garcia's down. Which it's probably the time to take him out of the match anyway with yellow card accumulation on the line. You certainly don't want Amiro Garcia's missing the LAFC match. Whoops, subs have went in for the LA Galaxy. You have Christian Ramirez, Julian Ade. Oh, Kevin Sullivan's coming into this match for the Philadelphia Union. So if you're on Kevin Sullivan, go watch. Garcia is limping in quite a great deal of pain. Might be time for Greg Vanny to pull the trigger on him, pulling him out of this one. And then the other substitution was Tucker Lepley.
And you were saying earlier about we might see a Calvin Sullivan goal.
Yeah, that would, yeah, as Ant says, that would make all of our fan base crash out collectively. The kid scores on us. Ooh, Philadelphia huge chance. Philadelphia back post. Bedoya. It might be a handball. They go anyway. Philly's still on it. Swings it. McCarthy, not clean. Corner kick. Is there a handball in that play? I'm not too sure. It looked like it might have hit John Nelson's hand, but then again, could have been a natural position. We'll have to see the replay on that to make a clear-cut call, but huge chance for Philly to win this one. John Nelson doesn't clear it good. Just passes through everyone until it gets to Nelson, but
doesn't look like there's any handball there.
Not clean by John McCarthy either. Kevin Sullivan officially answers this one. All right, 85th minute here. The Galaxy are tied 2-2 with the Philadelphia Union. Vasilev coming out of the match for Kevin Sullivan. And then Westfield out for Macania. Corner kick. Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan, not a good first touch. They're going to swing it back post. They're going to try to find a man way over hit. They're going to run this one down, however, and still retain possession of it. Galaxy trying to play a high line. Forces them all the way back. Galesnes, header. Cleared out by Isaiah Ferrante.
5 minutes left plus whatever time is added on.
You would take a point out of Philadelphia, by the way. And I know we're in dire need for 3, but given the circumstances, you would take a point here, even though it might be disappointing. Bedoya, Lepley looking for 3. Lepley plays it wide to Marco Royce. Marco Royce has a man in behind. Diego Fagundes.
It's not pen.
Not a pen.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I mean, fingers crossed somehow it is marked as one.
Yeah, no. If it wasn't called on the field, I did not see that one. Yeah, I don't think there's any contact. I don't think there's any contact there on Diego Fagundes. So that will be out for Galaxy. Throw-in. 23 shots for Philly. 23 shots to the Galaxy's 3 is the stats for this match. Royce to Ramirez. Lepley tries. Not enough. Back to Maya Yoshida, who waves off John McCarthy. Now goes back to him. McCarthy clears it. Wonder how much added time will be tacked on to this match.
I think we're looking at 5 minutes minimum.
Yeah, Tucker. Aude. Christian Ramirez. I think you're looking at probably 7. Cross by Aude. Pretty good ball. Just had nobody on the end of it until it got to the goalkeeper finally. See the match momentum here. It's been all Philadelphia Union second half. Looks like mountains for Philadelphia. They're going to cross it way overcooked. Way overcooked for a Galaxy. Throw-in. Has 0 shots in the second half. So we were talking about Kansas City not having a shot on us over the course of 90. Well, we don't have a shot in the second half. So what happened? Just tuned in. The Galaxy bottled a 2-0 lead within the course of 5 minutes, and ever since it's been all Philadelphia Union. So are the Galaxy in this game? No, not anymore. McCarthy takes the goal kick. Kevin Sullivan, 15-year-old. Miki Amane. Yuri. Alejandro Bedoya. Bedoya has a man that's looking to get played in behind John Nelson. Bedoya finds him. Bedoya. Can he cross it back in? Back post.
Galaxy can go on breakaway here if they get numbers forward.
Oof. That is a good clearance by Philadelphia, but knocks Ramirez down. He's in some pain. There will be a good amount of added time tacked onto this match, so I would not, don't be shocked if you see a pretty big number come up there after the referee situation. Diego Fagundes. John Nelson.
Just launching it up. Is that time of the night for the Galaxy?
Yeah, just trying to get out of here with a point. Ade wants 3. Ade into the middle. Ramirez over. Ramirez isn't too happy with the ball by Ade. The referee situation was the center referee had to be substituted out of the match. We're not sure if he was injured or had a health scare, but the center referee substituted out of the match for the AR. And yeah, so that took quite a bit of time.
Ramirez wide open there.
Added time here is about to pop up. 8 minutes.
8.
Kevin Sullivan got quite a lot of ball to still be played here. I'm sure legs are going to be very tired. I think that's a pretty hard header to score. Like, it might look easy, but like, I think with the pace the ball is going, it's very, very, very easy to get that one wrong with any bit of non-perfect contact. Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, I can see why Ramirez was upset with Aoude there, because if Aoude keeps out low, Ramirez has time to take a touch and even get a strike off. Galaxy win it here on the counter.
Royce. Yeah.
No
That's
foul.
not a foul, which is interesting. I'm not sure how that doesn't get called for a foul. Royce certainly wanted it.
Interesting to see him go 90, so maybe we don't see him against LAFC.
Yeah. Bedoya into the middle. Bedoya has been very active since he entered this match. Been a complete game changer for the Philadelphia Union. They're going to take a long throw in here. And remember, they have bodies. They have tall players like Jacob Glesnes here. Potentially pose a threat to the Galaxy as he already has a goal for them. Philadelphia, I think the referee is going to stop this one with some pushing and shoving. Garces has to be very careful not to get a yellow card.
Well, Garces keeps on trying to
keep your mouth
go at him. This is where Yoshida needs to step in and just try to tell Garces to cool down a bit. It's not worth it.
Last thing you need is a yellow card and suspension. Referee is turning to both players, giving them a talk. No cards coming out yet. Just make sure there's no foul play in there. I'm finally about to take this long throw in. Still pushing and shoving going on. Swings it out by Ade. I'm going to call foul. See, in my opinion, that's what you should do anyway. If you're a center referee, like, quit talking to the players for a minute. That just took up a minute of time, which is probably better in the Galaxy's favor the way this match has been going. But just call the foul if there's any. If there's literally any contact, just call the foul. Eric Zavaleta comes into this match for Miro Garces. Garces has been in some pain. Garces on yellow card accumulation, potentially if he would have got another yellow, but they're going to take him out so he can start that El Tráfico, but he is still not looking perfect condition right now. Because Eric Zavaleta, everyone's favorite, is in the match.
Imagine if Zavaleta can get a goal in here. We saw he scored on the road once last season.
Yeah.
In what was a 3-2 win, and then scored. I think that was about it last season.
Yeah. Ariel launches it. Maya Yoshida chasing. Kevin Sullivan. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Can we see this one out?
Gonna be a goal kick.
I don't think they're in any rush to take this. Good sub to not risk a yellow. I mean, yeah, people are going to look at Eric Zavaleta and be like, oh, why is he in the match? I mean, you understand the yellow card accumulation at risk here. You're not trying to get a Miro Garces carded. And if you're seeing Greg Vanny, if you're Greg Vanny seeing a Miro Garces get into it with another Philadelphia player and talk some, you definitely want to make sure you prevent getting a yellow card here. So he will be available for the El Trafico.
Galaxies. Jonathan McCarthy launches the ball out of play.
Is there any chance left in this match for either team here? Yoshida, they're not going to get the foul call. Baribo's in the middle. Corner kick, Philly. Yoshida is going straight over to the ref. He is not happy with that call. Yoshida needs to get back in the box quickly, though. He needs to get organized and set. Philadelphia want to take this quickly. They have the manpower. Philadelphia swings it in, front post. Bounces around. Lepley, not a good clearance. Kevin Sullivan. Into the middle. Philadelphia, Maya Yoshida, back post. Game. Are you serious? Are you serious? The Galaxy have completely blown this match. Unbelievable. You just felt it coming. You just felt it coming with the way the season's been going. You just knew it was going to happen. You just knew it. You just knew. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody here. This is almost more heartbreaking than losing 0-7 is the fact that you had every way to win this game. You're winning 2-0 at halftime, and it's a complete collapse here by the Galaxy.
Vanny's complaining at the ref again. Vanny just needs to understand, like, your job's over, bro.
Just a bad clearance by Tucker Lepley, Kevin Sullivan. And then Yoshida goes down way too quick there. If Yoshida stands his ground, he's able to block that cross. I don't know why he's going down. And then back post, just Eric Zavaleta, I believe, loses his man. It's either Eric Zavaleta or Miki Yamane.
I think that might be Yamane's man, but either way, Yamane just turns and watches him. That's not on Yamane, though, whatsoever.
You're just not surprised. You're just not surprised the way that this season's been going, that this is the way this match ends here. The Galaxy, this is the worst team in LA Galaxy history, so they're going to put the worst performances in Galaxy history. And Philadelphia Union, all credit to them, have completed the comeback. Just disgusting ball by the Galaxy here.
Night and day between the first and second half. Galaxy looked like they could have came into the second half and scored another 2, but it goes the other way. They lose their heads in the first 5 minutes and then come crumbling down for the rest of the half. Never really looked like they were going to be a threat.
I can't believe it. I mean, I can believe it.
A brace for Barrio now. It's gonna be a collision there now.
Yeah, no, you gotta be careful not to get any red cards now.
Not even that. Look, you're not even scanned to any sort of scraps. We saw last game the Galaxy got on 2-1 with New York, and they ended up getting fined the entire. I'm not sure who exactly got fined. I thought I read it was the entire team, but I could be wrong, as well as Greg Vanny.
Yellow cards are getting dished out. What can you say right now?
That's LA Galaxy in 2025 for you. If anything describes the season. I feel like I've said this you and I have said this every single watch along we've done. That's the Galaxy in 2025.
Yeah.
When you think you couldn't get lower, you just keep on getting lower.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that this team has been as bad as they are. pathetic, pathetic, pathetic performance. Philadelphia clears it. I mean, just blow the whistle. Just blow the whistle, bro.
In the past 2 games, the Galaxy have gotten outscored 10-2. That's. I want to see what the shot of being outshot is. We've given up 22 shots this game. And that's full time. It's going to end 3-2. Heartbreaking loss for the Galaxy, going 2-0 up in the first half, then being the blue bottle jobs and blowing it all away in the second half, giving up 3 goals.
It's inexcusable. It's really inexcusable. And now you have to play in El Tráfico next against your arch rivals. The LA Galaxy have completely blown this match to the Philadelphia Union. It's inexcusable. It's really unbelievable that this team comes out and performs so bad, so bad in the second half. They had nothing going for them. 2 goals in 5 minutes, and you just felt they were always going to lose this one. Like after they scored the second, Ty Baribo had 2 goals. He was definitely one that we pinpointed. And what do you do? What do you do if you're Greg Vanney? How do you convince people to show up for this team when this is what you get on the field?
You can't really tell anybody. You can't expect anybody to show up. Even if we won this game, you can't expect people to show up if you only would have had 1 win on the season. Still 0 wins, 0, 3, and 11, I think it is now. Going into game week 15, I'm pretty sure, without a win.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And with the momentum, how are you going to convince people to come out? There will not be a stream Sunday, as we will be there for that match. You're going to be there, right, Sean?
Yeah, I'll be there.
We will be at the match, so we will not be there for Sunday. Sean, we didn't get your prediction yesterday. Prediction for the El Tráfico.
I'll never say they're going to beat us. I would say this will be a 1-0 Galaxy win.
I had a 2-1 Galaxy win, but so we both have wins. I don't think we could possibly predict that LAFC will beat us, but we will say right now that it is a good possibility they end up doing that. As our form's just been terrible this year, Galaxy escape out of this match with nothing after holding a 2-0 lead. Complete bottle jobs. It's unbelievable watching this match in the second half. The way the momentum shifted, we played very good ball the first half, and then second half Philadelphia Union just came out. Galaxy have 0 wins now through 13 games. If this rivalry week does not go how we want it to go, heads are going to start to roll in the Galaxy front office. The players are not playing up to the badge. Heads every time. I mean, Sean, didn't it feel like once Philadelphia scored the first goal that all the players just were going to give up? They're going to throw in the white towel, and that was going to be it.
Yeah, what time does that say? The 48th minute. We gave up 2 goals in 2 minutes there. But yeah, as soon as that first goal went in, you just had a feeling that there was a great possibility that it was going to all come crumbling down. And it did in typical Galaxy fashion. It had to be in the final few moments of the game, too. The first half was the best football the Galaxy played this season. And then I don't know what Vanny told him during halftime.
I don't know. At this point, they're just not listening. What happened to Zonka? He's out for personal reasons. He was not on the bench. He did not make the road trip. He may play the LAFC. Well, not play, but he may be available for the LAFC match. We're not missing Zonka that much. So we just don't have a good center back room regardless right now. It's these players, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, but you're wearing the badge of the 6-time MLS Cup champions. You're not playing up to it. And it seems like nobody knows what it really means to wear the Galaxy crest, to represent this club, to represent the city, the biggest club in Major League Soccer history, the most decorated club in Major League Soccer history. None of these players know what it means to play for it, which is really confusing because a lot of these players played in the MLS Cup team last year. So it's really, really bad. It's poor. And where did the Galaxy go from here? You have to win El Tráfico. If you don't win El Tráfico, it's going to be really, really bad vibes. And this season, we already talked about the Galaxy are not making the playoffs. The Galaxy will not be competing for anything this year besides maybe Campeones Cup, but we're in the worst form in MLS history. So certainly doesn't give people a lot of faith. But regardless, if I can encourage you, I will encourage everyone to go to the Galaxy versus LAFC match on Sunday, regardless. It's not about the team's performance. It's about our city, and it's about the badge that all of our fans wear, and it's about protecting the integrity of our city. So it's not about protesting. I know a lot of people are going to be very inclined to make a statement by not showing up to this match. I promise you it's going to do nothing but embarrass the club even more. If you want Greg Vanney out, that very much could just happen by the results not being there on the field. But Sunday is not a statement game. You do not want to see the Galaxy get embarrassed, and you do not want to see the Galaxy get outnumbered by LAFC fans. But Sean, what's going through your head?
Yeah, just support the badge. If anything, if you don't want to support the players, fine, but support the club. We're the better LA side no matter what. Show up.
Yeah.
Wear white Sunday no matter what.
Ultimately, the Galaxy have created a legacy that is far beyond any one season. This is 6 stars. Nobody else is relatively close. Nobody's within touching distance of it. DC United is the only club that even holds a candle to the LA Galaxy, and they certainly don't look like they're going to win anytime soon. Changes can happen very fast in MLS, but this is the 6-time MLS Cup champions. Regardless of how bad this season has been, this means more than one season. This means more than one game. This is for the city. This is for the pride of Los Angeles, and fans have to show up for this match, even if the team doesn't, even if the team does not show up. We need to be there. We need to support. And if you're not going to be at the match, please contact LA Galaxy Buzz. And Sean, I'm sure you will also be able to distribute tickets to LA Galaxy fans if that's the route you want to go down. Make sure that ticket does not go to LAFC fans. If you need to redistribute something, please contact either one of us, and we'll get it in good hands, I promise. So, yeah. Sean, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Galaxy News 101 over on Instagram and Twitter. Say following for the next few days leading up to this El Tráfico, because I know you and I have a lot of things planned coming up. It will be an exciting time. At least we will try to hype it up as much as possible. Thank you all so much for tuning in again. You guys are truly the best. Couldn't ask for anybody better.
Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're here. Turn on bell notifications. We appreciate all of you, regardless of how tragically bad the LA Galaxy, how historically bad the LA Galaxy are. You guys still decide to show up to the streams and support the club. This is about the club. This is about the badge. This is about the 6-time MLS Cup champions, and one season's not going to take this away. As for me, I'm LA Galaxy _Buzz or John Pork LA Galaxy on TikTok, wherever you find